This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at the 24th Street Theater for the world premiere of Hansel and Gretel Bluegrass.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with...
My name is Bradley Woodford. I'm an actor, I guess. I got a bunch of things coming out. Years of Living Dangerously is on Nat Geo channel, which is a documentary about climate change. And got a movie coming out called Get Out. That is Jordan Peele's new movie, a horror movie about race, which I'm excited about. I got a movie called The Three Christs of Ypsilanti coming out. I just did a guest shot with Angela Jana on Mom, so I got a bunch of stuff.
Great. And which character do you play tonight?
I play the radio announcer, the Duke. This is a compassionate guy who's creating community over the airwaves. Has a little bit of a drinking issue maybe, but a warm heart.
Actually, I like your character because he's a radio guy, so am I.
Yeah. So you understand.
I understand. I basically feel he was a throwback to the glory days back right. When this was actually worth something and all
That's that. That's right. When the radio was celebrated and but yeah, he was. This was a fascinating piece. I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too. I thought it was well acted. I liked the writing, and I actually liked the production values. Very high production values for a theater this size.
Yeah, I totally agree. I got to know Debbie Devine, who's one of the artistic directors here, because she taught my son's acting class at the Colburn School, and I have a very small heart when it comes to acting teachers, and I thought she was spectacular, and so she asked me to do this, and I was thrilled.
Well, only one thing I have to say is, I mean, why should they have someone like you doing a film when there's so many starving actors out there who you put an ad, 200 people show up, they'll actually be very good, they'll be live on stage and all that, but instead they bring someone like you who's a big name and who just wows people and all that. But those other people, I mean, I feel a little sympathy toward those people who aren't getting the job.
Yeah, I totally hear that. I mean, I don't know what came first, the decision to do the mixed media of it all, which is partially an artistic decision. So I'm not sure if it was purely pandering.
I loved you. I mean, you were fantastic. For this production, it was great. So I don't know what I'm complaining about, but basically I just love this production.
Well, thank you. Me too.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Sarah Zinser, and I'm playing the Mountain Woman Witch at the 24th Street Theater. I've been in Los Angeles for a long time. I came here a year after college, and I was a founding member of the Pacific Resident Theater in Venice, which is still going strong 30 years later. I'm a founding member of the 24th Street Theater. I've done lots and lots of theater in my varied career, but television and movies. I've in fact just been booked on a movie that I'll shoot next week called Almost Home, and I've been on a bunch of television, so I've been doing it a long time.
So, which character did you play tonight?
I was the mountain woman in Hansel and Gretel, which means I'm the witch. She's lonely, and she's sort of sad, and she wants to feel better, and Gretel, the girl who can sing, seems that would be it. That Gretel will make her, it's a little bit of that unhealthy way that a relationship's going to fix you. You know how, that sounds a little pop culture-y for me, but it's a little bit what it is. It's like, oh, she'll make me whole. So that's kind of, and I don't want to hurt her at all, and I don't really want to hurt Hansel, but he's getting in the way of my relationship with Gretel, so I do get rid of him.
Basically, I love the performance. Everyone's got right into their character. I felt like it was in the deep South.
Appalachia. We're in Appalachia,
right.
So Kentucky.
Exactly. I loved your performance. Basically, I thought it was a modern-day fairy tale, in the sense all fairy tales in the old days were kind of bloody, but they also told you these realistic things like beware of strangers,
Sure.
Take control of your life and all that.
Yeah, and we have it mild, without getting too, again, pop culture-y, there's a mild feminist movement here, because Gretel is, just a girl, quote unquote, and can't do anything but sing. But in fact, she saves her brother. So there is some girl power going on in that regard, which, we know the old fairy tales were as sexist as possible in terms, So, yeah, absolutely, there's that.
The only thing I thought was a little old-fashioned was the old lady being blind, because back in the old days, the handicapped people were looked at as being evil. Like, remember Pinocchio, where the fox was crippled? That was a little bit old-fashioned. It's not modern times, you know what I mean?
No, I hear what you're saying completely. That we did have to. There was a lot in terms of this adaptation of what do you hold on to from the old and go with the new. So I completely hear what you're saying. That that feels dated and not. And we nowadays are much more accommodating. But it is supposedly 1930s where they maybe were not as accommodating. But I hear exactly what you're saying.
But what I do like about it is the fact that they're powerful. It's like, okay, she's blind, but she's a powerful blind. She's not a victim. She's
Absolutely.
like, the evil people are the strong people. So I do like that about that.
Sure. I mean, and it's in hard times when things are hard, you gotta buck up. You have to have resilience. You have to figure out your way. And I've been living in my cave alone. So anyway.
But I love your performance.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
It's very sweet. It's been so much fun to do. It's been just a joy.
Okay.
It's been a blast.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Caleb Foote. Nice to meet you. I just graduated from the University of Michigan. I'm out here post 4 years BFA program there, acting. I've been acting ever since I saw my parents act as a child. They did kind of traveling theater. I lived abroad for a while, and then when I finally came back to the United States, theater was my assimilation to the American culture. I played Hansel tonight in Hansel and Gretel. Hansel's a young man who's frustrated and who's turning into an adult. He's really a young boy, and this is his transition into adulthood. It's like mid-puberty / post-puberty, and that can be tough for any young man. But this is post-World War I, and he's in a mining town, and that's terrible, and it's like that very transitional time in someone's life, in a very hectic setting, in this very destructive setting, thrown in with his sister, and him and his sister have huge misunderstandings.
So basically, if my viewers decide to come by and see this show, what should they expect to see?
A pleasant night of theater. They're going to see something that they haven't seen before with our use of multimedia. It's something that I've never seen before. It's the most tech-heavy show I've been a part of. And you wouldn't think it when you watch the show. It's pretty simple. There's 3 actors on the stage, a dude on a projector, and a band on a projector. But there's a lot that goes into it, and a big shout out to our stage manager. And there's tons of cues, sound cues, audio cues. There's so many designers, so many professionals, years and years of professionals, industry professionals, putting their minds into this theater. And it's right here, it's smack dab in this community, and it's important work.
How's the experience tonight?
Tonight was a good show. Tonight was following our preview, and towards the latter end of our process, we've been doing multiple shows a day. At one point, we were doing almost 3 shows a day because it's so short, and just grinding it out, and because it's so tech heavy. But today we had a preview, which was an awesome precursor to our show this evening, which was an awesome opening night. Tons of producers, awesome, friendly people, and a great audience. People responded really well to it. I'm looking forward to the rest of the run.
I thought you guys were fantastic. I love the acting. You went right into the character, very believable. I love the story, and I love the story arc. And again, I thought the production values were exceptionally good for a theater of this size.
Yeah, I agree. For what we had, we made the most of it. We used something called Tyvek, which is like a construction paper, and with our use of projectors and dark paints, it really brought it out. And because there's only 3 people on the stage, you can afford to do that. And shout out to the entire technical crew. We have awesome people on lighting and awesome people doing all the digital work.
Once again, I love the performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Hey, thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with...
My name is Angela Jana. I just graduated UCLA, and I've grown up here in Los Angeles. I played Gretel. She's just a little girl that's growing up, and she's surrounded by a lot of men who are really powerful and really positive, but she doesn't really have any time where she can access that power in her. That's a masculine thing, and this is what's happening to her during that. that.
I thought she was a very powerful character. She was the primary story arc that I was going through. And also, again, in theater, usually I like complicated characters. I don't like a girl who's basically like a cheerleader, like, you know, she should get married, settle down. No, this woman was strong. She went through a lot of baggage. She actually went through a lot of growing up.
Yeah, that's 100% how I feel about her, is that she's just like Hansel. And she grew up in the same environment as him, but she just didn't get the access to touch the tools and to play with the fire. And this is when stuff gets crazy, she has to learn those things on her own, which is cool.
If my viewers came by and they want to see this piece, what should they expect to see?
They should expect to see a magical retelling of a story that has a lot of relevance today with kids, especially young girls who are growing up in a society where they can be powerful.
Yeah, basically I thought it was a modern day fairy tale. Well, again, fairy tales are pretty bloody, but it deals with a lot of danger, a lot of growing up. But basically I thought the acting was fantastic. I thought the story was very good, and I thought the production values were actually exceptionally high.
I agree. The designers, I think, worked harder than anybody in the production. Well, Debbie, the director, worked really hard, but the designers worked very hard to really emulate how magical but how truthful the environment is of Hansel and Gretel.
Once again, I really enjoyed myself. I thought you guys were fantastic. Thank you very much for being on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Hansel and Gretel Bluegrass will be playing at the 24th Street Theater from October 29th to December the 11th. For more information, go to www.24thstreet.org.